I'm really excited about this presentation entitled The Power of the Subconscious Mind, which is also the title of a book by Joseph Murphy. And if you were able to purchase this book, I highly recommend it. Why do you think people are so different? Do they have on the man on the left, did he have a lack of opportunity, bad luck, or a bad divorce lawyer? The woman on the right, did she have a lot of opportunity? Did she have a successful family, good schools, good luck? But the power to succeed is actually within yourself. And most people look outside of themselves to solve their problems, but the changes have to occur within you and the way that you think about things. There are two parts of your mind. The first part is the conscious mind, and these are the thoughts that you are aware of right now. The noises in the room, maybe the lighting, the sound of my voice, just the thoughts that are going on of life that's happening to you right now. The subconscious mind are the thoughts that are implanted in your mind that you aren't consciously aware of. They were conscious thoughts at one time, but they're forgotten, or they're way in lower levels of your mind that you may not be aware that are even there. The law of action versus reaction. The action occurs within the conscious mind or your conscious brain, which is your thought. And the reaction occurs within your subconscious brain, the conditions and the circumstances of your life. So if you have the action, the thought of yes, I can do this, or no, I can't, the reaction is what happens in your subconscious mind. And that will actually happen. You will not be able to do it, or you will. Think about your mind as a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. Once your thoughts are planted, then your subconscious mind will continue to grow, produce, expand, and transform your life in the direction of those thoughts. So what you plant is what you grow. Positive seeds or thoughts bring about positive outcomes, good relationships, success in school, or work, or whatever it is. Negative seeds or thoughts bring about negative outcomes, just problems and conditions of your life that you don't feel are very good. The law of cause and effect. This picture captures that law. If you jump into a pool, then you will get wet. So think about your conscious mind is the cause, and the subconscious mind will bring about the effect. So that thought, that conscious thought, is the cause, and the effect is what happens in your life, all those conditions and circumstances as a result of that thought. But we need to get to the source of the problem, and we like to really work on the conditions that are caused by the source of the problem. So you may work on the relationship problem, but the problem may really be your thoughts. And so if you want to solve your problems, you have to get to the source, and that is how you think about things. Think about your mind as a ship. Who leads the ship, and how is the ship operated? The captain of the ship is also like your conscious brain. The captain gives the orders the same way as your conscious thoughts give the orders. And those orders go to the team in the engine room for a ship captain. Or for our minds, the orders go to the subconscious mind, and that carries out those orders. The team doesn't, or the subconscious mind does not argue, question, rationalize, or reason. So if the ship captain tells the team to steer the ship in a certain direction, the ship could crash on rocks, and the team would never know that those rocks were ahead. The same way with the way we think. If your conscious mind if you have a thought in your conscious mind, then that subconscious mind is going to carry it out in your life, even if it doesn't quite make sense or it's not the right direction. So remember, every time you have a conscious thought, you are giving orders to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is subjective. It's not objective. If you say I can't or I can, then you are giving an order to your subconscious mind. and it will carry out that order, and you will either fail or you will succeed, depending on the conscious thought. So your thoughts lead to actions, even if they are not true. And this is really important to understand, that whatever your conscious brain thinks of, this will happen in your life, even if the thought is not true. So this can be negative, as in the picture of the left. A woman may become an anorexic or bulimic, or exercise all the time because she sees herself as heavy, even though it's not true. In the same way, on the right, if you feel confident and strong and feel like you can do anything, then that will also come about in your life. Examples of negative thoughts: I'll never be able to afford that. I can't pass math. I always pick out the wrong dating partners. I'm just not good at talking to people. I always get it wrong, or I'm just a big screw up. But with those thoughts, you are giving orders. So if you think you won't ever be able to afford something, then you won't. If you think you can't pass math, you can't. Your subconscious mind brings out the results with actions that you're not even consciously aware of. So these things will happen in your life, and you don't really understand why they're happening. So we also have a tendency of blaming our circumstances. If I had better parents, then I'd have better choices. If I failed the class because a teacher was bad. If it weren't for this person in my life, then I would get more accomplished. But remember, you create your circumstances with your thoughts. So it is up to you. If you change your thoughts, you will change your life. Remember, you can redirect your life. So even if you've been going down a certain road up to this point, you can turn that around with the way that you think. So remember, your conscious brain doesn't think, reason, compare, or your conscious brain does think, reason, compare, and contrast, but your subconscious mind does not do any of these things. And your subconscious is the one that's propelling your life in a certain direction. So if you change your thinking, you will redirect your path in your life. An auto-suggestion. This is when you say something definite and specific to yourself. It can be positive or negative. And you can change those auto-suggestions by stopping them. Stop your negative thoughts and replace them with something more positive. Examples of changing your thoughts. Change "I can't afford this" to "I will buy that one day." I can't pass math to "I will pass math." I can get it. I can do this. Or I never do anything right to "I can do anything well that I put my mind to." Almost there, but not quite. And these are examples of negative thoughts that were changed to what I call almost but not quite there thoughts. They are: I'll try, I need to, I should, I want. How many times do we think about things like this? I will say to myself, I need to exercise. I really should be exercising, but I don't do it, mainly because I don't want to. But as long as I say those statements and don't change them, then I will continue to not exercise. So these statements do not give orders to your subconscious mind, and they will not bring about change in your life. So remember, with the auto-suggestions, or the almost but not there, quite there thoughts, to change it to "I can, I will, I am." So instead of "I should," or "I ought to," or "I'll try." But that isn't true. Auto-suggestions take time to overcome. Our conscious brain, as soon as you start stopping those thoughts and changing them, our conscious brain may argue and contrast and say, no, the negative is true, not the positive. But you didn't get where you are now overnight. And remember, your subconscious mind does not reason, rationalize, compare, and it will accept the thoughts given to it. So you have to work on changing the thoughts and give yourself some time for your subconscious mind to accept them. Another suggestion is a heterosuggestion, and this is a suggestion to another person. So remember that when we talk to other people, it is extremely powerful, and those thoughts can go into their subconscious minds, and it will bring about that change in their lives. And it can be positive or it can be negative. So I'd like for you to take out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle to make 2 columns. On the left side of the paper, write down negative autosuggestions and negative heterosuggestions you've received. And then I'd like for you to stop the tape for a minute so that you'll have a chance to do this. Okay, on the right side of the paper, write down the opposite of the statement on the left. After you are finished, cut the paper in half. Throw away those negative statements, that side with the negative on there. And I want you to keep the positive statements because these are the ones you are going to work towards. So you can reprogram your brain. Repeat the positive statements. Meditate over the positive statements. Pray about them to bring them about in your life. And repeat the positive statements as you lie in bed before you go to sleep. Because when you're in a sleepy, relaxed state, your conscious mind is more receptive to new and unfamiliar thoughts. And it is much more likely to get to your subconscious mind. And also, your subconscious mind will continue to work on those thoughts as you sleep. And a really good exercise to do is to tell yourself before you go to sleep, I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. I'm going to be very productive. I'm going to get along well with others. Whatever it is that you want to happen in your life, tell yourself what you're going to do tomorrow, and you will find that it works. And just try that today before you go to bed and see what kind of difference it makes for you. And get ready for change. Realize that with the replacement of thoughts comes also the replacement of your life circumstances. The conditions and circumstances of your life will begin to change in that more positive direction. And be patient with yourself, because getting out of negative thoughts and the ruts that they cause takes time, and you may not be even aware of all of them. But as negative thoughts come to you, you might write them down and then write down the positive, just like we did in this exercise, and work on those. And just wait for the change. So I think that this information can help you not only with schoolwork, but also in your life. I know it can. So if you apply those principles.